of Maharashtra confused as a jadoo ki jappi between the NCP, the Congress and the Shiv Sena was indeed a marriage of convenience, as Dr. Ranganathan correctly points out, driven by the lust for power and greed. Mr. Supariwala here says that Uddhav Thackeray is not greedy. 3 emergency meetings since yesterday, not even 20 MLAs have turned up. Take the higher moral ground, resign. You never had the moral right to rule, the moral right to govern. It was BJP that backed you the seats. Alone, Uddhav Thackeray would not have been able to get 50 seats in the election that went in 2019. Where is the resignation? Where is the moral high ground? So let's not kid ourselves by saying that the Thackeray's do not have the lust for power. They very clearly have. That is what resulted in the first place in this unholy marriage of convenience. The second point, he says 35 MLAs are not enough to take down the government to decide what the Mahavikas Aghadi would do. Sir, 35 MLAs and another 2 MLAs is the difference between your party being in power and not being in power. Your entire government is so fragile that all it took was 35 MLAs in a majority figure of 143 to put your government in jeopardy. What are you talking about? Are you not waking up and smelling the coffee? There are no MLAs with Uddhav Thackeray right now. The third thing he says is Shiv Sena is tolerant. Tell me, Rahul, which tolerant government puts an actress behind the bars for 40 days for commenting on one of the leaders of the government? Which government does that? Which government jails ministers and politicians for reciting the Hanuman Chalisa? What kind of Hindutva is this in Maharashtra where people do not have the freedom to recite the Hanuman Chalisa? And the point number 4, Sanjay Raut, who probably thought of himself as a Chanakya back in 2019, where is he right now? Probably it is him who has triggered the entire downfall of the Mahavikas Aghadi. What do we do about that? Has the Shiv Sena overplayed its hand? That's the final question. And lastly, to sum it all up, they are evoking the memory of Balasaheb Thackerayji at every given opportunity. All I want is Mr. Supariwala to ask this question to himself honestly. If Balasaheb fortunately was alive today, if he was alive today to witness all this, would he agree to this unholy alliance for even a second? Would he want Uddhav Thackeray to continue as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra for even 1 second? Just ask that question to yourself. Don't answer us. Ask yourself that question. Answer your cadre. Answer the people in Maharashtra who believe in the Shiv Sena, who continue to believe in the Shiv Sena, that if fortunately, if Balasaheb Thackerayji was amongst us today, would he agree to this alliance?